What if I told you a thrift store trip, a tiny book, and a skunk named Pepe somehow conspired to create my most exciting readathon plan ever? That's right. September snuck up on me, and with it, the legendary Shorty September Readathon. Hey, Readeropolis neighbors, if you're anything like me, you blinked and suddenly it was September. And if you know September, you know that means one thing for us bookworms, the Shorty September Readathon. Massive shout out to Pastore for creating this amazing event and to Too Many Heathers for taking over primary hosting duties this year. Seriously, where has the time gone? Heather mentioned that it's the 5th year and my mind is officially blown. So, how did this all start? Last weekend, I was thrift store cruising, minding my own business when I stumbled across this beauty, Anna Quindlen's 3 novels, Object Lessons, One True Thing, and Black and Blue. Now, I know Quindlen from her newspaper days, and I've read a couple of her nonfiction books, but her fiction, untapped territory for me. So, into my basket it went. When I got home, rummaging through my bookshelves for her nonfiction, I found this little gem, A Short Guide to a Happy Life. And then it hit me. Oh, you should reread this for Shorty September. A quick calendar check later, and gasp, September was already here. I don't know where I thought I was on the calendar, but it certainly wasn't at the beginning of September. Anyway, I hadn't seen an announcement video for the readathon, so I did a quick YouTube dive, and that led me to Too Many Heathers, who confirmed that yes, it's the 5th year, and yes, she is rocking the hosting duties this year. After watching Heather's video, I decided that I wanted to do a little something different this year. My personal theme for Shorty September is going to be the long and the short of it. I'm letting the universe guide me to loose ideas and, let's call it directions that will pair a short read with a long read. It's going to all be about serendipity. So tell me, what is the personal theme for the readathon this year for you? Or do you just dive straight into the prompts, or do you just wing it and read all the shorties that you want? Let me know in the comments. My first cosmic pairing is going to be A Short Guide to a Happy Life, and it's going to count toward the prompt Culottes, a book that looks like one thing but is secretly another. Because, friends, this tiny book started as a commencement speech. How cool is that? And I'm probably going to try and slide it in for the prompt Bike Shorts, pair a book with a research deep dive. I'm going to be deep diving into Anna Quindlen's fiction with the novels, the 3 novels omnibus. So I feel like it's a perfect bit of literary exploration. Now for my second cosmic download, the universe sent me the equation Yakuza plus moon equals high heat. Y'all, last night I was on my porch watching the moon get covered by clouds when a skunk, who I affectionately call Pepe, decided to visit my community water bowl. And then she decided to get really, really close to me. I froze up. It's a story for another day. But anyway, the next morning, my friend Kay texted me about Wright's new Tokyo Empire series. It's a slow burn mafia romance with high heat featuring a Yakuza heir. So as soon as I read her text, my brain immediately screamed, Yakuza Moon! Yakuza Moon, Memoirs of a Gangster's Daughter by Shoko Tendo has been on my shelf forever. So it is perfect for granddad shorts, a book that you've had for a while. And if you watch Too Many Heathers' announcement, she was literally fanning herself over the high heat of the readathon. Coincidence? I think not. I'm just kidding. But seriously, if I could only figure out how to tie in a skunk, maybe a striped book cover, this might be my ultimate prompt fulfillment yet. You have any ideas on skunk books? Let me know. Next, the universe, through Kay, sent me to Greece. Kay is going on a Mediterranean cruise later this year, so we have been chatting about Greece nonstop. This Greek-centric side of my brain led me to the book called The Sunrise by Victoria Hislop during the same thrift store trip as the Quindlen omnibus. By the way, if you would want to see, or would you want to see a book haul video of all the books that I snagged that day? It was quite a few. Anyway, let me know in the comments. Since it's Shorty September, I definitely want to include at least one book of short stories. So I paired The Sunrise, which is set in 1970s Famagusta during the Turkish invasion of Cyprus, with Stories of Famagusta by Demetrius Leventis. I'm very, very, very loosely thinking I might stretch this to fit Shorty Shorts, a book set in the 70s and the 80s. We'll see how wild I get with my bookish connections as the month progresses. You never know. And then finally, the universe says, use what you have. So for this readathon, I'm going to be using a repurposed envelope folio as my reading junk journal. It's made mostly of junk mail. The base is a pamphlet covered in brown paper with layers of envelopes that form small pockets to tuck things into. I'll create a tag for each short book I read, and I'll be decorating the whole thing with the official readathon printable that was designed by Too Many Heathers. It's going to be a fun and kind of creative way to track my reading progress. I highly encourage you to make your own reading junk journal for Shorty September. It's such a fun way to get creative and track your journey. You don't need any fancy supplies, just use whatever you have around the house. Have you ever made a reading junk journal or any kind of creative reading tracker? If you have any tips or tricks, please share them below in the comments. And so that's my chaotic, universe-guided, long and short of it plan for Shorty September. I am really excited to dive into these books and to see where else the universe guides my TBR. I'll be sharing updates on my reading progress and how I set up my junk journal throughout the month. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a thing. What are you going to be reading for Shorty September? Let me know your first few books in the comments.